Hey, thanks for tuning in, and in this video I'd like to start off a bit differently. I'd like to start with a quick story to kind of make the point of what the topic of the content is today. And so I lead a sales team, and every single month without fail, as we inch closer and closer to the end of a calendar month, the last couple days of the month we do more production in a few days than we do at any other given time in the month. And if you were to ask me why is that, I would say, well, the product didn't change, our promotions didn't change, the amount of folks we were calling didn't change. None of the things that we do on a day-to-day basis changed, but what did change, and what the point of this video is the urgency in the sales rep's mind. It was all of a mindset deal. We're getting closer to the end of the month, and so folks want to wrap up their pipeline, get as many deals to close as they can to hit their goals and the numbers that they need to meet, and also to get paid and make as much money as they can on their commission checks, rightfully so. And so as we dig into the topic of this, the video content, I would ask the same thing with you when you set a goal. What is the difference between you setting a goal, waiting forever, or setting a goal, or here's an analogy, you go to write a college paper, when do you write it? Probably the night before it's due or shortly prior. And the reason is because you have a deadline. And so what I would ask is, when you set a goal, have that same urgency that we as salespeople have to hit a deadline, to make the commissions and hit the goals that we have, to make sure we're at where we want to be in our career. And specifically, let's use a couple examples. Let's say that you want to lose weight. Well, it's one thing to say, hey, I want to lose weight, and you write down, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. That's fine and dandy, but the next piece that should be the mindset shift is the urgency. Not only should you write down, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds, put a deadline or a date on the back of it, and then figure out what are you willing to give to get that goal. There's no such thing as something for nothing, especially when it comes to goal setting. So when you set the goal, take an immediate action and have the urgency to follow it up and figure out what the daily steps are to achieve it by the deadline that you set. Another example may be, let's say you want to start reading more books, which I highly recommend. How could you do that if you're not a reader? Well, I would say maybe you can identify 5 books you would like to read over the next several months. And then once you have the 5 books picked out, pick a deadline based on the size of the books, how fast you can read, how long you think is reasonable to get to that timeline. And then once you have that, have the urgency to backdate what you need to do every day. Maybe you need to read 10 pages every day to read those 5 books in the time that you've allowed yourself. And when you have that urgency to continue to make forward progress on a goal, you will start to see this momentum catch up with you, and you'll start achieving it. You'll set another one, achieve it. Then you start to understand, like, hey, I have a system that works down for me. And I think the biggest issue that folks have with, call it a New Year's resolution, once we turn that page on a new year, folks say all the things that they want to achieve. They want to lose the weight, make the money, pay off the debt. The problem is they say it, maybe even write it down, but they don't follow it up with urgent action to change their behaviors. And that's why when you see the next couple weeks, they're either in the same place or maybe even falling behind of where they were when they set that goal in the first place. So I'm asking you, have that sales rep mentality at the end of the month, to have the urgency to pursue your goals and what you set out to do with the speed, focus, and momentum that it takes. And then you'll achieve everything that you set out to achieve. And I promise you, you'll be much happier, more fulfilled, and really excited to set that next goal. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate your time. Please share with somebody that may need to see the message, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.